provisions. Back to you.
Okay, Abhishek, thanks very much. We'll watch those numbers pretty carefully as they start to come in. Just want to now focus on a number which did come through. This is SIS, one of the largest security services companies which are listed. And Rituraj Sinha is Group Managing Director at the company, is joining us right now to take some questions. Mr. Sinha, thanks very much for your time. Great to have you here. Revenues were up 8%. Profit after tax was down about 23%. Could you talk to us, what happened? Which are the big factors which influence numbers in the quarter?
Well, the first up, I'll take up the point around the revenue growth YOY. I think the Q1 result of SIS underlines that security facility management type services are needed in good times, but they are needed more in crises, and that's what we've seen play out. On 24th of March, Government of India declared private security, cash logistics as essential services, along with the likes of banking, essential manufacturing like pharma, FMCG, healthcare, e-commerce, telecom. Along with these type of sectors, private security was also declared essential services. As a result of which, in our Q1, we've done a 2,200 crore worth of revenue. And in Q4 last year also, we were pretty similar. So on a Q-on-Q basis, it's, least impacted. On a YOY basis, we have reported 8% growth. As regards to PAT, I think, let me respond to the margin question in three levels. The first thing is that our gross margin remains unchanged. So there's no gross margin depletion of any kind. Our EBITDA is lower primarily on account of provisioning. You would have noted that we have provisioned for 54 crores worth in this quarter. And that's conservative provisioning, keeping in view the uncertainties that prevail in the coming 9 months. So we've just done prudential provisioning for the remaining part of the year for 54 crores worth. As regards to the PAT line, SIS has not accounted for 80 JJAA benefits in this quarter. That's why the PAT seems to be down by 25-30%. But the reality is that, by the year end, right, we will look to obviously pull back on our recruitments. Yeah. And in any case, we are carrying forward almost 56 crores of, 80 JJ credits. So I think we don't see any worry around the PAT number, being not sustainable at year end.
Mr. Sinha, this provisioning which you said is conservative, by which I guess you mean you've provided for more than what you think you actually need to, finally account for. These are establishments where you rendered services but folded. I mean, what is the nature of the provisioning?
So basically, this is the fact of life is that SIS has maintained a 2 to 3 times GDP growth in the last 10 years, Prashant. We have never been in an environment where the Indian economy is expected to degrow by whatever 3, 5, 7%.
Yeah, I'm just asking.
We don't know how
specifically about the provisioning. Right.
Yes. So specifically about the provisioning, we don't know how things will play out. Different parts of the country seem to be going into lockdowns in different parts. These could impact the customers we work with. So far, we have no reason to believe that the impact will be very grave. For example, in 2 months out of 3 months in the first quarter, we collected more than our monthly invoice value. Right. Our OCF EBITDA stands at 81%, which is at all-time high. Right. So there is no indicator to say that businesses we work for are folding up. But, we don't know when railways will come back on. We don't know when metro stations will come back on. We don't know when educational establishments will go to full capacity.
So what percentage of your contracts are under force majeure type sort of clauses where everything is at standstill? Also, just quickly, if you can tell me how many employees did you have, say, at the end of the March quarter, and how many do you have now?
So the employee number remains unchanged. There's a very marginal change on employee numbers. So we are not reporting reduction in staff, number one. Number two, our provisioning is a matter of abundant caution. We see most of it likely to come back and release back into results in the coming quarters as we get to know how this year will play out. Right, that I want to clearly call out for you. As regards to how much exposure we have to at-risk segments, we qualify retail, entertainment as the high-risk segments, tourism, retail, entertainment, and that accounts for less than 5% of our overall revenues. So our exposure is fairly limited to the high-risk segments like aviation, five-star hotels, retail establishments, malls, etc.
Mr. Sinha, thank you very much for your time. Great to have you with us here, explaining the numbers and, of course, talking to our viewers, your shareholders as well. 353 odd on SIS. The stock is down about 1.8% as things stand right now. 75 points on the Nifty. 11,280 is where we are at. We will take another quick break here. See you on the other side.